This is the Biz Call. Question 1, what's your name?
That's an easy one. My name is Chase Friedman. I'm the founder and CEO of VanquishMedia Group.
Okay, real slow. Question 2, what's the name of your business?
I jumped ahead. VanquishMedia Group.
Okay, number 3, describe your business in a few sentences.
We are a lean, agile, full-service digital marketing collective that focuses on brand development, brand identity, and storytelling.
Okie doke. Question 4, what's your revenue model?
Our revenue model is a bit split down the middle. We have a portion of our clients that are on a monthly retainer basis as well as one-off campaign basis. So for short-term campaigns and deliverables such as website builds, apps, and the rest.
So is it mostly fee or is it traditional media like commission-placed media, anything like that?
Nope, it's mostly fee. It's almost entirely fee-based. So basically, we don't do it on a commission basis. We do a fee basis based on the scope and scale of the deliverable or the campaign.
Okay, now question 5 is probably a no-brainer. Are you brick and mortar, online, or both?
Pretty much entirely online at this point.
Yeah, I'd expect that. Number 6, and this is everyone's favorite. How did you decide to get into this business?
Quite frankly, seeing a need and a better way more efficient way to do things in the digital space. Having been on the receiving end of working with marketing agencies and creative agencies, quite frankly, feeling there was a lack of personal touch and service to it. I come from an entertainment background, and I felt that there was a better and more kind of all-encompassing approach towards working and aligning with brands in a meaningful and deep way, and establishing, relationships to kind of check multiple boxes, whether it was establishing a new business or growing and scaling a current one, but all steeped in, a much more creative approach towards telling your story and sharing with the world.
Okay, that kind of dovetails nicely into question 7. Why would customers choose you over your competition?
Well, we kind of like to use the phrase, and it's ruffles some people's feathers, but we like to kind of fancy ourselves as an anti-agency, so to speak, for a number of different ways. Not that there's anything wrong with the other side, but, we are purposely, lean and transparent with low overhead and really take a vested approach at every one of our clients. We focus on quantity versus quality, and that's in regards to the work and services we provide as well as the client roster. So we kind of operate as an extension of your business, whether you want to call it kind of your outsourced marketing team or CMO, but we just prefer to work in that kind of hand-holding sort of collaborative relationship. And so, it's not for everybody. I've always said to my team and clients that we'd rather have, a handful of really stellar long-term clients and great relationships than hundreds or thousands. Just allows us to focus a lot more deeply on the work we're doing with each client.
Okay. Been there with the burned by the agency, so I know who to speak.
Yeah.
Question 8. What's the exit strategy or long-term goal if you have one?
It's a good question. I don't know if we have an exit strategy per se. I think the vision is to continue to, gradually scale and grow from within. I believe in really building and identifying a really good core team. That's the foundation of everything that we do, and how we operate and how we serve our clients. And everyone on our team is cross-trained. So again, believing in building from the inside out and continuing to kind of refine, our approach, but also diversify our offering and services. We love stretching different muscles in different industries and verticals, and we like a challenge. So I would say that's kind of, the vision, the roadmap, if you will. But ultimately, it's getting to a place where we can build long-term lasting relationships with our clients.
Okay. Question 9 actually kind of comes off as a bit meta in your case. What are you doing to increase your business?
It's a good question. Also relatively organic in nature compared to, some others. We recently, quite frankly, for the first time in our history, have done for ourselves what we do for our clients really well. We're always last in line to kind of serve ourselves, right? But in terms of digital marketing. So, we're very mindful and strategic in the type of actual outbound, inbound marketing we put out there into the world. We like to be really kind of unique and offbeat and creative and disruptive, so to speak, with what we do from a digital marketing perspective. But we also primarily and have always focused on content marketing for ourselves. We believe that, educating and empowering current or prospective clients is the best way to build relationships. Sharing our knowledge and our insights about what we do and how we do it, we believe makes for a good relationship. So for us, really a lot of content marketing, case studies, blogs, newsletters about who we work with, what we do, and how we do it.
Cool. Good. Okay. How do you measure your marketing success? We like to geek out with data, for ourselves as well as all of our clients. So from a data standpoint, we have kind of a custom performance and analytics dashboard that we put together, and we do it for a lot of our clients as well, that integrates a variety of different KPIs, from websites to social to paid media to grassroots, you name it. So we definitely look at ways to continuously optimize, kind of the standard KPIs. But, quite frankly, a lot of it is qualitative. A lot of it is internal discussions about who we're working with, what the scope of work is, and building good relationships. Like I mentioned, for us, a measure of success is, are we happy and passionate doing the work and who we're working with? And of course, is there a positive ROI at the end of the day? Right. Okay. So if I get this right, it's kind of a balance between qualitative and quantitative analysis that you're working with, right?
That's right.
Good. Okay, question 11 can be a yes or no answer. It doesn't have to go any deeper. Are you profitable?
Yes. Thankfully, we are profitable. Again, I would consider us a small business, so we've been very fortunate to, not only retain some of our most of our core clients, but also onboard quite a few new clients, during the current pandemic, which has been tough for a lot of people. But we've been profitable almost since day one, and I think that's a big reason why we've continued to prioritize staying, lean, low overhead, virtual as much as possible, and kind of passing on that profit to our internal team as well as clients.
Great. Question 12: how many employees do you have?
There are 5 full-time employees at VanquishMedia Group.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, 13 and 14 are two sides of the same coin, so I'm just going to boil them out to you. Question 13: what's been the best decision you've made so far?
Well, that's a good question. I would say it would probably be can I have 2?
Yes.
2 answers for that? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I will give you, there's kind of a silver lining and a not so silver lining. I would say one of the...
Well, hold on. Question 14 is what's the worst decision you made. So question 13 is what's the best decision?
I'll get to that one.
Okay.
I think the best decision, more recently is when we were kind of, our hand was forced to kind of close down our brick and mortar office and work virtually and work remotely. I would say it's been obviously a challenge, but I think it's actually rallied our team to work more closely and more collaboratively than we ever have before. Getting creative with multiple kind of touch point calls a day, and just getting in a really good groove. I think it's just kind of reshaping this new normal in terms of virtual working, but having to kind of shutter down the typical office, so to speak, and be able to reinvest what was otherwise rent back into the team, back into our resources, back into kind of expanding our own capabilities. And this is kind of a bit of a ironic one, but one of the best decisions I've made so far recently is actually having to let a client go. Making a really tough decision that there just wasn't
the continued sort of alignment that we were hoping for. It was a client that, and I won't name names obviously, but so people have certain attitudes and disciplines and expectations, and we just believe in working with good, honest, loyal, trustworthy people. We try and kind of give that to our clients, and so unfortunately, when someone is kind of falling out of alignment with that value and those that vision, especially in terms of protecting our team, sometimes you have to just kind of say, look, it's probably best that we part ways, and we'd be happy to kind of shepherd you to somebody else that can take care of you, but sometimes losing is actually of great benefit.
I think a lot of listeners need to hear that. And quite honestly, sometimes it's just a bad fit. And that's tough. That's interesting. Okay, so 14. What's the worst decision you've made so far?
The worst decision. To be honest, the worst decision I think is trying to scale too big too quickly. Again, as I mentioned to you at the top, for us it's quality over quantity. And there was a time when we were getting, a lot of new work coming in and having to onboard kind of new team members quite, rather quickly and losing a little bit of handle of that rope, so to speak. And not that we were dropping the ball, but it took us further away from what I think that, that ethos and that kind of vision is to, be lean, be agile, give all of our clients, our time, our energy, our passion, and you get stretched too thin. It's a great problem to have for some, but I think it also takes a lot of courage to kind of take a step back and say, all right, we need to make sure that our core and our base is strong. And so I think saying yes, I would say, too many times in a short time frame was probably not the best decision.
There's a voice of experience talking. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Last question, number 15. You can freeball this one. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Yeah. I mean, look, I would just say, as a small business owner, the landscape in terms of businesses is ever changing. I think we are in this new normal where virtual work is the norm, where kind of trying to kind of stay lean and mean is going to set you up for success. I just believe that whether we're working with them or whoever else out there has a partnership in the marketing and branding space, just make sure that first and foremost, you align culturally and personality-wise with who you're working with. As I'm sure you can attest, and many listeners out there, life is too damn short to kind of do the work and work with folks that, there's not a mutual respect and appreciation for. So make sure the relationship is right. Make sure you guys are on the right wavelength, the right vibes. And I think everything else will fall into place the way it's supposed to.
Terrific, terrific. Okay, one last time, give me the name of the business and the URL where people can find you.
Got it. We are VanquishMedia Group, and you can find us at www.vanquishmediagroup.com.
If you'd like to plug your business on the BizCall podcast, simply visit thebizcall.com and fill out the form. If you become a guest, you'll receive a free lifetime membership to the BizCall discussion and networking list. If you're too shy, you can still join the BizCall list at thebizcall.com.